So today we are actually doing a wheel bearing on an Alfasud or Alfasud. No, Alfasud. Sud is sounds sad, but it's not sad, so it's a sud. Anyway, so that's the front wheel bearing assembly. So if you don't know if you're familiar with, so this is the hub carrier itself. That's the flange that actually the wheel goes on. So that's will be look like when we fully assemble. Will be look like this. The particular things about this is that the bearing itself is sitting inside of the hub carrier, and there is that plate which is in Bakelite, believe it or not, held by three 30mm screw or bolts. The main things that hold everything together is that nut in the back of the flange itself. So Alfa Romeo engineering, they were actually always beyond everybody else. So they actually threaded the end of the shaft that goes into the bearing, into the race of the bearing, and this is the best things about it. So this is a dodecagonal nut, or 12 point, whatever you want to call it. So there is a 12 flat on it. So there is no socket on the market available. I came with a solution. If somebody wants it, I can actually make one for you guys and sell it. I will not tell you what it is, because it took me a good few weeks to understand where we were with this. Anyway, so I can make one. It's available for purchase if you like. That's the socket for it, which will go like so. Okay, so I'm gonna actually prepare everything and we take it from there. So this is actually brand new, genuine. Managed to source them. They were bloody expensive, about 40 odd pounds, or actually more than that. I think they were like 70 pounds, something like that. I can't even remember. That was a while ago when we bought it. It's two seals. So the way that goes, one that goes here in the top of the flange here. Another one goes here at the back after you actually torque the hub carrier itself, the hub flange itself, with the torque spec, and basically you're gonna torque the nut. So you're gonna give a preload with a torque wrench, and that's really it. So I'll just set everything up and I'll come back to you soon. So always make sure it's everything clean. So that's been sandblasted, it's been coated with some high temperature paint, which is I quite like the finishing of it. Give me a comment on this if you like it or not. If it's shit, just tell me. You've done a rubbish job or something. So yes, first things, you just put some engine oil here, like our common bearing. Actually, the other one did slide in on his own by hand. Maybe we have to put it with a press. We'll just try with a rubber mallet. We'll see how it goes. It may go, it may not. It's actually going. You can squeeze in the vise as well if you want, but of course, if you paint something, you don't really want to use the bloody vise, because it will scratch it. So yeah. Anyway, I'll finish to tap it and I'll come back. So we put that in. Now the most important of all, see there is that plastic thing. So if you take it off, of course the bearing will fall apart. But so that's supposed to, when you actually push it in, you keep it in, push the flange inside, and that should slide out. Of course, keeping something on this, so you need to get a sleeve that goes on that and slide it in. So you need to cake this with grease before actually you put the seal at the front. So I would say to you, you may slide it off, take it apart, be careful, because if it fall apart, there is actually a way by gravity will come in or not. So because what happened, the ball bearing would expand, so it would not go in. So you need to keep it in a way that actually will go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide it out. That way, the bolt just came out. So you need to watch with this. And yeah, because it will fall apart, as you see. And you have to cake it with grease. So yeah, I'm going to put some grease in and I'll come back to you. I would suggest you to use gloves, but to be honest, it's too hot today here in Edinburgh. Quite unusual. But it's actually, we have sometimes some sunny day as well and some summer. So normally what you do here, anyway, back to this, you just play with grease. Lubrification is important. Anyway, I think you had already a bad thoughts in your mind, so a double way to look at. But yeah, even there is actually good. So you slide that in again, and yeah, you just put some grease on the top of it as well. Just try to squeeze as much as you can into the bearing itself. Actually, well, bloody ball. Now I need to cake it first. Put some more in here. So that means I got squashed in there too, on the inside. Okay, lovely. Yeah, sorry for the mess. I'm actually never, honestly, during the summertime, I never wear gloves. I can't. It's too hot. I've got sweaty hands, and yeah, I feel I'm uncomfortable like hell, so I don't use them. Yeah, very good when you have a date though, so you need to watch what you're doing with your hands. Does he say, oh, you got dirty hands? Yes. Yes. Anyway, I'll come back to you in a second. So 30mm bolts, 30mm heads. Actually, they do have such a weird washers. They're actually very tiny. If you see them, they're actually self-locking, and they're actually conical as well. So you put always the cone towards the concave part on the inside, so it basically squashes and make sure actually it's not coming out. Actually, that was upside down, and that one is okay. So that's got one sense that can go, so you can't go wrong because you put it in the wrong way. So that's the way it should be. It's actually, oh, actually it matches. All right, okay. I thought it was not going to match, but it does match, so that's good. So that's the way it goes. You put that in. And after that, you're going to put the seal on top. After you torque those 3 bolts. Well, let's call it a Scottish way, the wee bolts. Torque them. To be honest, don't ask me about the torque wrench. It's a Hem8 bolt, to be honest with you. I just feel them. It's 20 years I've been straight. Actually, to be honest, mistake. It's 12mm head. So just a second, I'll grab the correct one. Yes, so 12mm, which is an M8 by 125, so you can't go wrong, really. That's stupid, I am. So just torque them and somehow try to hold it. Okay, that's good enough. Right, so now those seals as well are available. I think well, they came from Greece, those ones. There's a guy actually in Greece that actually I think it's based in London, but it's got all the stock in Greece, and it's got lots of stuff with Alfasud. So basically that goes by hand. You squash it in, and yes. So next step is to put that in. So as I mentioned, I'm going to remove those 2 bolts because it's actually the last step for the torque of the nuts in the back. Now the most important thing is, otherwise you will destroy your bearing, is to keep something. You need a sleeve that goes over that. So basically we'll go over this on the outside and keep the leap on here, and just squash it in by the time you're actually pushing the in the press. But I think last time I had the similar things case with like the bearing. It should go by hand. I can't really remember that because I've done that quite a while ago. But so that's the thing. So you cannot put that on before you torque the nut. So remember this, otherwise you'll destroy that. or somehow you need to take it off again without destroying it, but they're quite expensive as well. You cannot find them very easy. They don't have a directional sense because of course you go forward and backwards with the car in reverse, and of course that's the principle of, well, the purpose of that is to keep the sealings out of the bearing. So I'm gonna actually put some more grease after I put the things together, and so that means it's all gonna be nice and full of grease. Actually, believe it or not, I just pushed in and went all the way in, so it's in. Just here on the bench, that's good. So we're gonna do the next step, but it's actually torquing this. So that's the socket for it. It's available for purchase if something is interested. Don't ask me what it is. To be honest, it will take a while. I don't want to be bad, but yes, if you want to buy it, just let me know. I'll make one for you and you can purchase it for me. Alright, so next step is get 2 bolts, put in, well, trying to get 2 bolts that are actually not the one from the car. We get right here on the vise now, because yes, you need to put them in the vise and stuff like that, so the last thing you want to just damage your bolts, original bolts and stuff. So yes, just I'll try to set the camera. So just for the one that wants to see how is the diagram, so that's the diagram for it. That's the way it will look like. That's the front hub assembly. And the torque set of this is between 29 and 35 kilogram meter for this nut. So I'm gonna grab a moment the torque wrench, torque it, and finishing the assembly. So yes, here we are. I use the ratchet first. It's actually quite tight because it's got the thread is slightly damaged because some previous nice people been in here before. And it's working a bit. So, we're almost there. Yeah, we stop here. So set the torque wrench. That's an old brittle, great one for me. 35 newton meters, sorry, kilogram meters. Which is that one. Wait a second. Yeah. So that's the set. So kilogram meter, which is what we say. Of course, if you got newton meters, you're pretty much there to 35 newton meters, 33 and a half, something like that. So yeah, so just grab that. So ready to match. That's a bit too low. Just because these things actually I apologise, it's actually the thread was playing the game, so that should be good, nice to go. So that should be it. Yes. So that's 35 newton meters, or 35 kilograms. So the most important things, you take it off from your vise. Check for play first of all, and if it's actually fine. If it's got play like that, left and right, and it doesn't seem like it actually seems like all good. So nice. And that's your hub housing on the Alfasud. Just to complete the job, you're just gonna put some more grease inside of it. Well, beforehand, of course, you need to do something that I'm actually about to forget. So, what you're going to do to make sure the nuts is not going to actually slack, and there is like 2 points on each side. One. That's to make sure the nuts do not come loose. That's it. And when you've done that, you just put some more grease inside of it. Just keep everything lubricated. Yeah, I do apologise, honestly I can't use gloves at the moment, it's too hot. Too hot. Became like a proper Scot. Can't handle the heat anymore, or any more. Can't know what I mean, man? Us Glaswegian will eat me about that. Yeah, they will ask you, who's Ken? So, let's use some grease here. Just put on your leap there on the outside, and that's supposed to go by hand. Or if it doesn't, you just tap it with the rubber mallet. And you put it flush. And that's it. So that's how to change your wheel bearing on your Sud, which is pretty straightforward, I would say. It's just that socket really. Now bear in mind, this is actually has been sandblasted, painted and all the lot, so I've been prepared, and soon we'll be making a video as well, because I'm going to put the car inside the workshop, start to assemble the engine, which we don't well, we can't say it's a Congur spec anymore, because the customer wanted the rocker cover painted in black. So it's just that I've been missing that. Actually, it's not Congur spec, but it looks nice because everybody goes anyway aluminium with the red script. So he wanted black cover and aluminium polished script. So that's the hub assembly anyway. So just to let you know, 12 by 125. That's what is those thread for the bolts. And yeah, that's the assembly. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see you soon. Bye.